Hey guys, it's Blahzaye and welcome to the Variety Gaming channel. We're just gonna be going over this article. I saw it was the most punchable face in God of War Ragnarok, and don't be surprised because it was designed to be this way. It's actually insane. I haven't even gotten to this point, so it's kind of spoiling it for myself. So if you're not haven't got the game or anything, this is kind of like a spoilers-esque kind of video, but it's just like the actual director explaining how they curated the character to be the most punchable face and how it's actually good for the game, and then dives you deeper into the story and whatnot. So we're just gonna hit the article up and read about it. So yeah, it says if you reach this point to where you meet Heimdall in God of War Ragnarok, you'll know that he's kind of in stuff. Even God of War, the director Eric Williams thinks so, calling the Norse god of foresight a dick. Speaking with IGN's podcast Beyond for a special spoilercast interview of God of War Ragnarok, Williams explained the decision to make Heimdall so annoying. According to Williams, it started with his power, which is to be able to anticipate an opponent's every move. So that I can see how that would definitely get super annoying in battle, not even just regular, just talking to somebody in a conversation, but they can anticipate what you're saying. That'd be super annoying.
Sometimes I envy the Allfather. He always sees the best in people, while all I see is what people really are.
It's so we try to look at all these gods where they have these abilities, but they're not always good, you know what I mean? And I don't mean that in the sense of their nature. The ability is not always a good thing, their powers in themselves. That's what the director is explaining. He points to Baldur, better known as the Stranger, in the 2018 release, noting that the pair are similar. Baldur is invulnerable to all threats thanks to a spell from his mother Freya, but it also means that he can't feel anything. So that's definitely there's always a trade-off, kind of like the Full Metal Alchemist thing. You have to trade something to get something else, and I don't think it was worth it for him to have that trade-off. If you played the first God of War, not the first one in the series, but the previous one before this one, imagine what you would do as a person if you can't feel anything at all. It's going to drive you crazy at some point, and you're going to be a little messed up, pretty much. Well, if you could always see what people's intentions are, what would that do to you? It's just you can't be around people. Everybody's gross at that point. You can't even go to your friend because you're oh, I guess I can see that you just want money from me, or I can see that you just need something from me, and then that your intentions are not good. Can't bring nobody around you anymore. They always want something, or there's a reason behind it, so he's just kind of shut off from everybody. But I would say Kratos doesn't really need anything from anybody necessarily, but he just typically just doesn't want to be around anybody anyways. I haven't gotten to the point of the story myself, so I don't really know from that perspective, so I don't know. We have to play through it to see. But Heimdall is one of Kratos' major opponents, so Heimdall from Norse mythology isn't quite as awful as his counterpart, and Williams calls the game's characterization a creative decision, though he also notes that the actual religion has been pushed through the ringer so many different times. He said, we put the God of War paint on it. The one thing that I did take is, he read this one time somewhere, he had gold teeth. That even makes him more obnoxious, so we'll get him gold teeth. Yeah, we'll just put him in there, make him as obnoxious as possible. Williams says, and yeah, we just wanted him to be we wanted him the most punchable face. So wait, gold teeth makes you have a punchable face? That's exactly what it's people with grills and stuff have a punchable face. Heimdall is played by Scott Porter. Williams says he absolutely crushed that character. According to Williams, Porter wondered why Heimdall wasn't being promoted in the run-up to God of War's release. Oh, the development team held him back because they wanted the character to be a surprise. That's why I said in the beginning, it's kind of like a spoiler video. We had seen the playtest feedback and everything you guys are saying echoed across 20 playtests, little quips, and he'd be but do they like him? And I was no, that's a good thing they don't like. Let's skip this part. The fight. If you could always see what people's intentions are, what would that do to you? It's a powers thing. So if you have these powers, how are they going to affect your life? Positive or negative? And with your great power comes great responsibility type of deal. So that doesn't that's echoed throughout the design of the character. So that's good. So dick to his core. Ultimately, Williams is sympathetic to Heimdall's struggles. He also feels that he's a dick to his core. It's that part piled on top of that, and that's why when he is looking at the kid for the first time, he starts saying wild stuff I see cities burned because of you. It's not like he's making it up. He really sees this in him. The director says, and so we were okay, if you take that, then there's almost a reason behind it. It doesn't excuse it, but you could almost go, well, if I could, yeah, I would want to be around people either. Wouldn't want to be around people because people are going to kind of suck sometimes. Not always, but they do. And so when we wanted to give them these kind of dualities to their abilities, that also kind of makes their personalities the way they are. Yeah, so I think that's good. That's not too bad. Yeah, so pretty much if you could see, you just take that into consideration into the character's development, and then you make him, if he could see everything that people are gonna do that's in his zone, like in like of interaction, then of course you're gonna be kind of a dick to people because you already know their intentions. And usually, you know, probably 95% of people have bad intentions, like because you know you barely have any typical real friends anyway, so you have to weed out all those people. But if you could already see the people that you needed to weed out, that would kind of make you a dick to the majority of people. So of course, and so therefore they went with that power, and then developed the character that way so he could have the most punchable face, and it just works. It makes the game better. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below and tell me what you think about like having powers, and then like what do you think would be like the most negative power. That'd be interesting as well. And like, do you think the character design, was it good and warranted to have? Like, did you think when you played God of War that Heimdall was like has the most punchable face? Go ahead and comment that down below. And you know what? I'll see you in the next video. Peace.